Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to paint a giant poppy head. The supplies you'll need for this are a large brush, a piece of watercolor paper, it can be any size. I'm going to choose a little bit larger one today. 2 containers of water, a palette, and today I'm going to be using red and blue only. So only 2 colors, red and blue. Let's put our first wash in. I'm going to use a lot of water, pull out some red paint. Lots of red paint and lots of water. Get it nice and wet. Should be dripping off your brush. I'm going to paint my first petal of my poppy. It's kind of a nice waving action with your brush. Get that nice edge on it. Poppies have 4 petals to them, so I'm going to create 4 big petals here, all coming down to the center, kind of like a pie shape. I'll do the next one. Lots of water, lots of color. Pull that down. I'm going to create a big center here where I'm going to put my dark center. Lots of paint. Big brush, big strokes. You take this one off the page even, make it nice and big. One more. We're going to keep this nice big center here for our dark head of our poppy. I'm going to mix up some real dark blue, add a little bit of red to it. Create a nice center for your poppy. Nice and dark, and let it run into your red. One last step I'm going to do, I need to take a little bit of water and drip it on here to create a little bit of effect. See how that kind of pushes the paint around? Or I could add a little bit of salt to it. Just takes a couple little granules of salt. It'll give you some texture in your poppy center. Alright, I've completely dried my poppy off. I took the hair dryer to it so it's dry to the touch. I want my poppy bone dry. Now I'm going to put on my second wash. With my second wash, my goal is just to cut the petals apart a little bit. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of red with a little bit of blue in it just to darken it up a little bit. I'm going to choose what petal's on top. Say this one's on top. We'll paint this one a little bit darker, right up to the edge. Cut around my center a little bit. Rinse my brush. I'm just going to pull some of this color to create the grooves in my petals. Mix up a little bit more of that red. Cut this petal out. Work your way around. Rinse your brush. And just pull those out to the edges just to create those little grooves in the petals. Same thing, I just pull those grooves up to the petals. One last one here. So I've cut all the way around my poppy head. Pull those out to the edges. There you go. Now I'm going to paint my center nice and dark again. I'm just going to mix up a little bit of red and blue to make a really dark purple. I'm just going to paint one side of it nice and dark. This is to get it to look a little more 3D-ish. You can see where my salt action is there. Rinse my brush. I'm going to pull that color up and over. Create a real Nice dark poppy head. Well, I think I'm going to stop there. I'm liking how fresh my poppy looks. I'm going to dry it and put it in my window.